Welcome. If you're here, I know it's because you want to know how to use Bitmojis in your classroom. You may be here because you've purchased my morning messages resource that uses Bitmojis, or maybe you just want to learn how to create, save, and print your own Bitmojis to use in your classroom. Either way, I'm glad you're here. So let's get started. Okay, so there are two different ways to create and save Bitmojis. The first way I'm going to show you uses Google Chrome, and the second way I'm going to show you uses the Bitmoji app on your phone. So the first thing that you're going to want to do before we start doing anything else is create a Bitmoji account. If you don't have a Bitmoji account, you can download the app onto your phone using the App Store if you have an iPhone, or you can get it on Google Play. Go ahead and download that app and set up your account, create your account, and go ahead and design your Bitmoji to look like you. If you already have a Snapchat account, you can log in with your username and password for Snapchat. If not, create an account using your email. Next, you're going to want to download the Chrome web browser if you don't already have it. Most of us already have it, so if you do have the Chrome web browser already installed on your computer, then you are good to go. You can skip this step. If you don't, then you need to download it. You can do a search of Chrome web browser download, and it will pull it up. Or if you have these directions from the morning message using Bitmojis resource, you can simply click on the link inside those directions and then download Chrome to your computer. Obviously, I already have it, so I don't need to do this step. So I'm going to go back. And the next thing you're going to want to do is create a Google account. If you don't have a Google account, you're going to want to go ahead and create one so that you can log in to your Google account in your Chrome web browser. So if you don't have one, you can click on that link within the directions, or you can just do a search for create my own Google account and go ahead and do that. Now, you must be logged into your Google account in the Chrome web browser before completing any of the next steps. So make sure that you have, number one, created your Bitmoji account and went ahead and designed your Bitmoji to look like you. Number two, make sure that you have your Google account set up and that you are logged in and your Chrome web browser is installed on your computer. Next, you're going to install the Bitmoji Chrome browser extension. If you have these directions, then you can click on the words click here to get a direct link. Or if you don't have these directions, you can just do a Google search for Bitmoji Chrome browser extension and it should pop right up. So once you do that, it's going to ask you to install it. I'll remove it from Chrome just to show you what it looks like. So I've removed it. I'm going to add it back to Chrome and then click on Add Extension. And it's going to ask you to log in. You can log in using your Snapchat, or you can log in using your email and password that you use to set up your Bitmoji account. Once you're logged in, if you click right up here at the top right corner, you will see a Bitmoji icon, and there are all of your Bitmojis, and we can start searching. So far, you have added the Bitmoji Chrome extension to your Chrome web browser. You've logged into your Bitmoji account, either by using Snapchat or by using your email. Now we have an icon up at the top of the web browser, the Chrome web browser bar at the very top of the screen in the right-hand corner. And if you'll click on that, then it's probably going to say get started if you've never added this Chrome extension before. And you may need to log into your Bitmoji account again. Before we get started finding and saving all of our Bitmojis, we have to create a folder to save all of those Bitmojis to. So I save all of my Bitmojis to my morning message folder. These directions that you're seeing in your screen are obviously the directions that are included in the download with that resource. If you're just here to learn how to save emojis and use them in your classroom, then you just need to go ahead and create a folder somewhere on your computer, either on your desktop or somewhere that you will know where it's at and that you can access easily, because you're going to be adding a lot of emojis to this folder over time. And it just makes it easier to locate each time that you need a new one if you just save them all into one folder. So I'm going to exit this full screen and show you exactly how I do that. All right, this is my Dropbox, and I have a folder inside of my Dropbox called Morning Message, and this is the Morning Message resource that I was talking about. And if you're here, you may be here because you have purchased this resource. So I created a Bitmoji folder inside of the folder Morning Message. And so I save all of my Bitmojis here. I also rename each Bitmoji based on whatever it is. It just makes it easier to locate them, because as you save them from the Chrome extension, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment, but as you save them, it will save them as really long, awkward file names. So I always just rename them so it doesn't look so messy, and it just makes it easier to find the Bitmoji that I'm looking for. I also create a used folder, and I put all of my Bitmojis that I've used in my morning message resource. I put all of those Bitmojis that I've used inside this folder, and it just helps me kind of organize and know what I've used, what I haven't. I could always go back to those later on in the year, but for now, I just move them over to use because I know that I've used those recently, and it just helps me organize them better. So as you can see, I have a lot of Bitmojis downloaded, and that is what we're going to do next. So make sure that you have a folder set up and you know where you're going to save all of your Bitmojis to. Okay, so we have our folder created, and now it's time to head back to Chrome. We're going to click on that Bitmoji icon in our Chrome browser bar and start searching for Bitmojis. So I'm going to exit this full screen, and I'm going to go to my Chrome browser. And up at the top in the right-hand corner, you're going to see that Bitmoji icon. Go ahead and click on it, and you can just start searching for Bitmojis. You might type in good morning or just morning. Find one that you like. Let's see, what's one that I might use with students? I might use that one. So when you click on it, it's going to say right click and choose copy image from the menu. You don't want to do that. You don't want to copy it. You want to save it. So you're going to right click, save image as. Mine automatically is going to my Bitmojis folder because I've already been saving Bitmojis. So you're going to want to locate that Bitmojis folder. So over here to the left-hand side, go ahead and find wherever you created that Bitmojis folder at and click on it. And as you can see down here at the bottom, it's going to save these Bitmojis as really long, awkward file names. So you want to rename it. So I'm just going to rename it Good Morning. I already have several good mornings, so this is actually going to be good morning number 5. And click save. You can go back and search for all kinds of different Bitmojis and just follow those steps of right click, save as, and save to your Bitmoji folder. I'll show you real quick some of the different search terms that I use. If you just use the word school, it's going to pull up all kinds of different topics of school. And then once you find one that you like that one right there that says stay in school, you're going to right click, save image as, and save it. Rename it, of course, and save it. I've already got this one, so I'm not going to. So I'll click cancel. You can also search days of the week, like Monday. There's always a bunch of cute Monday Bitmojis. Friday is always a good one. Of course, it has to be appropriate. We can't really post a picture like this one, but you could always share something like this that says Friday, or TGIF, Let's Weekend, Happy Friday, stuff like that. Stuff that's appropriate for the classroom. There's plenty of them, I promise. So just follow the steps of right click, save as, and save it to your folder. Another one is You've Got This. Or there's one that says Make Me Proud. Stuff like that is appropriate for the classroom and easy to find. So one other thing that I'll show you real quick is there is no scroll bar on this box that pops out for this extension. And I don't know why, but I don't have one. You might have one, but I don't have one. I don't know why. But if you click over here just on the very side, I've just learned this by trial and error. If you click on the side of that box, you can use see, it's hard to do. You can use the down arrow to go down and search for more, and then scroll back up using your up arrow. So like I said before, there are 2 different ways to save Bitmojis to your computer. The first way I showed you used the Bitmoji Chrome browser extension. This time I'm going to show you how to save Bitmojis using your phone. Before we start, you need to decide where you're going to save your Bitmojis to so that you can access them on your computer. You could use Dropbox, iCloud Drive, Google Drive, email, you get the gist. I recommend that you use some sort of cloud-based service that will link your phone to your computer, which will sync your photos. I use Dropbox, so for this demonstration, I will be showing you how to set up a folder and save Bitmojis to it so that you can access it from your computer. So let's get started. Okay, so I have created a folder inside of my Dropbox and I named it Bitmojis. Now you could use, like I said before, iCloud Drive, you could use Google Drive, or you could choose to email your Bitmojis to yourself and then save them to a folder on your computer. Of course, that's going to be a lot of emails and a lot of work, and so I highly recommend that you use some sort of cloud-based service that will link your phone to your computer and will sync all of your photos. And one thing that I want to show you here is that when I save a Bitmoji, I rename it. So as you can tell, I have renamed all of these Bitmojis, kind of like whatever they are. And then I also create, and one reason why you want to do that is because if you don't rename them, it saves them as really long, awkward file names, and it's just kind of gets in the way. It's just easier if you're looking for one. If it's a Friday Bitmoji, you can look for Friday. If it's a weekend Bitmoji, you can look for weekend or Monday or whatever it is that you're looking for the time being. So I also create a folder named, and I call it used. I named it used, and I put all of the Bitmojis inside that folder that I use. So if you are watching this because you have downloaded or have purchased my Bitmoji morning message resource, you want to use a different Bitmoji every day, so it's really useful to put those Bitmojis that you use inside of the used folder so that you don't reuse them again. You could also go back and revisit them later in the year if you wanted to, but and use them again, but I just like to organize them that way. Okay, so that's how we do that. So hopefully by now you have created a folder somewhere on your phone using your Dropbox, iCloud Drive, Google Drive, whatever it is that you want to use that you can access easily on your computer. So the next step you want to do is download the Bitmoji app. So the Bitmoji app, obviously I've already downloaded it because mine says open, but yours will say install. So you can do this on in the App Store or the Google Play Store. So depending on what kind of phone that you have. So go ahead and download that, and let's go and create our Bitmoji. So once you've downloaded the app, it will ask you to either log in with Snapchat or log in with an email. So if you don't have Snapchat, you're going to want to set up an account using your email. So once you've done that, this is what your Bitmoji screen will look like, something similar to this. And you can go ahead, if you tap, and what I did was I tapped on that little person with the pencil up at the top right corner of the screen, and you can change your Bitmoji to look like you, obviously, and you can clothe your Bitmoji. And you know, if you're a teacher, you're obviously going to want to dress your Bitmoji like a teacher and maybe not like you're at the pool for the day. So there's lots of different outfits that you can choose from. So go ahead and create your Bitmoji and get it the way you want it to look. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to search for Bitmojis. So this is where we just start searching and we just start saving Bitmojis. And I do a bulk save of these. I just search for a whole bunch and I save a bunch to a folder that I might want to use in my classroom, either with my morning work Bitmoji or my morning message Bitmoji resource, or if I wanted to create posters, maybe to put on the mirror above the sink that says have a good day, or at my door that says hi, something like that. So here I have searched for good morning, but you can search for tons of different things. Just use your imagination. And so let's just say that I found one that I want to use. I just tap on it one time and it brings up my save options. So I can copy, save to Dropbox, save image. I can save it to files, which would save it to my iCloud. If you don't have an iPhone, I'm not sure what this looks like right now. So hopefully somehow it's letting you save the image somewhere. that will be linked to your computer. So remember, we already set up a folder. So obviously I'm going to tap on Save to Dropbox, but you will tap on wherever it is that you want to save your Bitmoji. Now this was a good morning image, so I'm going to change the file name to Good Morning. And then in my Dropbox, I want to make sure that I am choosing the folder that I want it to go to. So I created a Bitmoji folder inside, and I'm just finding my folder. I know where I put it. So morning message and Bitmojis. So I've already got my folder created, so I'm choosing this folder to save to. So I think I already have a good morning. I do. It may not let me. And then I'm going to click save, or tap on save, and there it is. So it did save it. So after I do that, I might find another one, or I might go through all the good morning ones that I like and find it. If you type in school, you'll find, obviously we don't want to use school sucks, but you can look for some that you think that you might want to use. There's one that says stay in school, so I'll tap on that, then I'll tap on save to Dropbox, and up here at the file name, I'm going to change it to stay in school, and I'm in my Bitmoji folder. It's checked, so I'm going to click save, and I just keep doing this over and over and over until I find, there's one that says school's out. That would be fun for the end of the year, or if you're going on a holiday. And I'm in my Bitmojis folder, and I just tap on save, and I just keep doing this over and over and over until I find lots of Bitmojis that I would want to use in the classroom. So now you have all of your Bitmojis saved to a folder. Hopefully that folder is linked to your computer in some way, or you can access it from your computer. If not, if you chose to save these Bitmojis as images to your phone, you will have to email each one to yourself and then save that image to your computer from your email. So like I said before, I highly recommend that you use some sort of cloud-based service that's going to link and sync your photos from your phone to your computer. So now you can use your computer to access all of your Bitmojis to create resources for your classroom, to create posters, or to, if you purchased my Bitmoji morning message resource, you can use them to change out my Bitmoji for yours.
If you're still here because you purchased my morning message Bitmoji style, it's time to show you how to start adding your Bitmojis to your morning message. So I'm going to show you how to replace my Bitmoji with yours. Remember, this resource is editable. It has a daily quote, question of the day, morning to-do list, and your Bitmoji. And all of those can be edited. I did use the font Century Gothic, and it has been embedded for you to use within the PowerPoint slides. You may already have this font on your computer anyway, but if you don't, it's there embedded just in case. Due to copyright laws, you cannot change the template layout, which includes the background. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to change my Bitmoji to a Bitmoji that you have saved to your computer. So what you'll do is just hover over the Bitmoji and right-click on your keyboard. There we go. Oh, there we go. And click on Change Picture and click on From a File. Now from here, you're going to want to find your Bitmoji folder where you saved all of your Bitmojis to. Mine automatically goes to my folder because I've already been using these Bitmojis today. Yours probably won't the first time. So you'll have to find that folder, open it up, and then once you do, find the Bitmoji that you want to use on the slide and go ahead and change it out. So I'm going to use that one since it's for a Monday. And I'm just going to slide it over and resize it because some of these Bitmojis are obviously different sizes and you may have to adjust that as you go. One thing I want to say about resizing your Bitmoji, make sure that you are clicking and dragging at the corners to make them bigger or smaller. That way you don't distort the image in any way. So put it where you want it and There you go. That's how you change my Bitmoji to yours. I'll do one more slide. This is a Tuesday. I'm going to hover over my Bitmoji. I'm going to right click on it. Click on Change Picture. Click on From a File. It should automatically open to your Bitmoji folder this time. And you can just trade it out for a different Bitmoji and resize it if you need to. If you're here because you purchased my morning message Bitmoji style, thank you so much for your purchase, and I really hope that you enjoy using it in the classroom with your students. If you do not have this resource and you're interested in purchasing it, I'll leave a link in the notes below so that you can take a peek at it. Thanks so much for watching.